Hey everyone, what's going on? Joined by Norin. Hey Norin, how are you?
Pretty good, Mike. How's it hanging?
Yeah, good, brother. Thanks for joining me for hang out and chat, man. Always appreciate it, and great to have you as always.
Definitely, bro. Thanks for hitting me up. You know what I mean? It's good notice, and just want to jump on and here to answer some questions and hang out, chill.
Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, if we get comments in the chat, of course we'll go off them. If not, I've got a couple of questions I can ask you anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to Hang Out and Chat, where we just hang out and chat. Got my boy Norin Radd89 joining me at the moment. The link to Norin's channel will be down below in the description box after the live stream. As like any guest, the link will be after the stream. Or just search Norin Radd89 on YouTube right now, and you'll be able to find his channel. Go subscribe to him as well. Norin, how many subs are you on at the moment?
I think I'm at 285. 285, I think. So I'm like approaching 300, right around there.
Hey, not bad, brother. That not too bad at all. You'd be at nearly 300 before long.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I'm like squeezing it in. Maybe like before, if we get 1,000 before the end of the year, I'll do some kind of special video. I wanted to get like a new tattoo. Maybe like film me getting a new tattoo.
Wow. Okay. And would he be taking requests for a tattoo or?
Oh no, I already kind of have designs. I actually draw, like I draw a lot and stuff, and I've designed like me and my wife have actually designed like probably like half of the tattoos that are on my body.
Oh wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have in total then?
30? I think I have 30. Yeah, 30. It's 29 or 30, right around there.
Wow. Okay. And is that just like all over? Is that just on your arms and hands or?
I got them all over. I got like a Reaper here. I got a Denver Nuggets tattoo right here. This is the Denver Nuggets. And then I actually have if you watched Full Metal Alchemist, but I have to get them redone. I had the tattoos from the Crimson Alchemist on my palms.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Full Metal, so I'm not sure what that is. I know it's an anime. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a Soul Eater tattoo. I have a Bleach tattoo as well. Bleach. I have the mask from Ichigo right here.
Wow. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And are you looking to kind of maybe get like a tattoo sleeve at some point or?
I want to get my back done. I have none on my back. The only place I don't have any really besides like my face and is like my back.
Get you. That's fair enough, man. I think it's one of those with tattoos anyway, is just you can't really have them on your face because it stops a lot of job opportunities, at least in the UK.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, not unless you're like, a badass wrestler like Roby Soho or anything. I'm like got tattoos everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair. Fair. But yeah, man, well, as I say, great to have you. Thanks to everyone who's watching live right now or after the fact. I've got a couple people watching. So if you're watching, drop a comment in the chat section, which is over here on my side. I'm not sure about your side, Norin, but my side is over here. Say hello, ask a question. Over there for Norin. Okay, over there for Norin, over here for me. Say hello, drop a question, we'll get to them. Norin, question for you firstly is what have you been watching this week so far?
Oh, so mostly besides Evil Dead Rise, like the only thing I watched was like I was telling you in the chat when we were talking a little bit before, I've been totally binging like a lot of old school wrestling nostalgia stuff just because it reminds me a lot of my grandpa too. And like there's something about that early 90s wrestling, man. Like there's the characters, the style, all that kind of stuff. There's just something really about that.
Oh man. It's always like just the nostalgia as well, and just like just takes me back to my childhood, I guess I can say.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too, is like I've gotten older. It's like I love watching new stuff, don't get me wrong, like watching new movies is cool and everything, or new TV shows, but sometimes just like you find out you're getting older and you want to spend more time watching stuff you like. You're like, I know I like this. I know I'm gonna enjoy this. So you like, you kind of return to that more often sometimes.
Right. Yeah, and it's one of those where I don't know, like sometimes these older movies, or like older horror movies, for example, for yourself, you're like, oh, I want to go back watch one of those again, or it's I don't know, it's just one of those things where those movies are just cherished and stuff, or TV, like the wrestling back in the day in the Attitude Era and the WCW days you're going through at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I kind of really wanted to see that Evil Dead Rise again that second time, because I wanted to know, like, ranking wise where I wanted to put it and stuff like that, because I still hold that first film, The Evil Dead, in very high esteem, because that first film for me I feel is probably one of the creepiest in the franchise. It's one of those films that I saw at like a young age, like on like HBO late at night or something like that, and it just like kind of creeps you out and stuff. You stay up
Right.
late when your parents tell you to go to bed and stuff, and you're like up at 2 in the morning, and you're like, "Oh, the Evil Dead's on. What's this about?"
Oh man, it just takes you kind of and throws you back to those times as well. And definitely, life was different way then than it is current.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
like
understand.
yeah, it's like I wouldn't say it's like, we all love times now and like how we've evolved and changed, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's better times. It's more like just like simpler times. Like when you think about it, it's just like things were
Right.
simple. It was more like, oh, you went to school, you came home, you munched your snacks, and you did your homework, and then you watched TV and or played video games or whatever you did.
Oh, bro, tell me about it. Yeah, I agree. Like, and then if you look at it now, you're like, oh, like I know yourself. You got kids, or if not, it's like you got bills to pay. You got to work a full-time job. It's boring stuff now, really, compared to
Yeah,
then.
and then it's definitely different too. Like you said, with the kids now, like I noticed, like they hang out, but they more talk on the phone, and it's more like they play
Yeah,
games over the phone and stuff. It's not like, oh, let's go shoot hoops, let's go play, hockey in the street or whatever. It's nothing like that.
yeah, man. I agree. I agree, and it's one of those where I know, like, like me and my partner's discussed it for one day. If we have kids, where I've said, like, if we do have a kid, it's not getting a mobile phone until it's like 11 or 12 years old. It's gonna be like, bro, honestly, it's gonna be playing like board games. It's gonna be playing like toys, or we're gonna go out for walks and stuff. I
Yeah,
just don't want to put a kid in front of a tablet. Like they've got all their lives to do that. When they're older,
yeah.
not when
Plus,
they're
if
young.
I don't know how schools are over there, but like our schools now over here are becoming so much more like the tests are all like hand touch tests. It's all like, hand reaction timing tests and stuff like that. It's not any like fill in the dots. It's not like solve this problem. It's all usually computer answering and all this kind of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
totally different now, even testing in school.
Yeah, so I think I've heard like some UK schools are like that also, with like more like digital involvement, so to say.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then it is. But yeah, like outside of that, I don't really want kids like my kid to be on that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
At
it would
least
be
that's
good
not
to
just me
get
anyway.
outside. Yeah, you definitely want to go outside because it's so much fun. Like, dude, I don't remember how many hours I spent outside playing with probably sticks and rocks, not even like toys, like
Right.
like dirt, sticks and rocks, probably like, building like
Exactly,
freaking
man.
huts and stuff.
Well, exactly. I was the exact same. So I completely agree. And yeah, if you tune in right now, me and Rowan's just having a deep conversation about adulthood right now. So hope you're enjoying the deep conversation, guys. But we've actually got a few comments, Norin, so we'll go through a couple of them. Of course, earlier comment live stream hangout. Hey man, absolutely. We've got Josh saying, hey Mike. So hey Josh, are you doing well,
Hey,
my
Josh.
friend? Got Jason saying, how's it going? Hey Jason, hope you're well.
Jason, hope you're feeling better, brother.
Yeah, man. I hope he's feeling better. I know he's on a live stream with Adam a couple of days ago, so I hope he's okay.
Nice.
Jason, if you want to jump on Hangout, just message me on Facebook, man. I'll get you the link. Norin, you asked this question earlier. You said, "What was your music choice in high school?" Do you
Yeah.
mean in terms of like music I listened to at that time, or?
Yeah. What were you binging when you were in high school?
Oh man, so it's one of those like, so in high school, I never used to listen to like a lot of music. Um, you'd hear like maybe like these popular bands being talked about and that kind of stuff, but I never had. I think I'm going to be honest. I think I was about 16 or 17 before I got my first little MP3 player.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, bro. I just didn't really have like a use for it before then, because I wasn't like I've never been like crazy into music. Like say like Jason, I know he's a big music guy. I know you're a big music guy, like Ryan, Anthony Perez and stuff. Just never was. So I listened to bits like say like I remember like Green Day American Idiot being released.
Oh, yep.
Um,
I remember that. Yep.
I remember going out buy the CD like day one when it came out. Oh man, I don't really have many of them, being honest. It would just be like songs from here and there, really.
Okay, yeah, mainly just hits that were popping up right then in that era when you were popping in high
Yeah,
school.
pretty much. What about you?
Oh, me, like, well, I had in high school because I didn't have like a what is it, like an iPod or an MP3. I had a CD player still, so I would collect CDs and stuff, and I would
Right.
just pick like a few to take to school that day or when I waited for the bus and stuff. And usually I was pretty much jamming either Slipknot, Nine Inch Nails. Those were two really popular bands that I discovered in high school that I just repeated a lot. Linkin Park was another good one. I like Linkin Park a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then when it comes to hip hop and rap, I was more into Jay-Z, Nas, and Wu-Tang Clan. Those were like the main kind of hip hop artists that I was listening to at that time.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Like those are a couple of bands I've started to listen to a little bit more as I've gotten older.
Nice.
But back then, man, I wasn't really into. I wasn't really into like a specific music, so to say.
Yeah.
So, like my partner Emma, if she was here right now, she'd be like, Norin, you're the man. Yes, I would listen to those as well. And that's what she was like, though, and she still is. That's the kind of music she listens to, and like Rammstein, she listens to a lot of as well.
Nice. Yeah, my wife likes them a lot too. I think my wife
Yeah.
actually got to see them live. I've never seen them live yet, but she got
Wow.
to. Yeah.
Oh wow, that would have been an amazing concert.
Yeah. See, the band that I've seen the most live in concert was Deftones. I've seen them 5 times live.
Wow. Okay, and what were they like?
They're, to me, in terms of when I always explain people what are they like, they're the band that I think sounds the most like they do on an album live, and I think it's fascinating. Like, you know how you listen to
Hmm.
the albums and then you go see them live and you're like, oh, it doesn't always sound like it does. It's a little louder. You can't really hear the vocals, but the
Right.
Deftones, I don't know what they do with their sound, but it sounds perfect. It sounds like you're listening to it on the headphones. It's just like right there in front of you. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. Yeah, because you are right. Like sometimes when you listen to the album and you go see the artist or the band live, you're like, wow, like how did it get this sound in the studio compared to like this?
Yeah, so then you can tell you're like, oh, well, they edit and they do this thing or they overlay
Hmm.
sound and you're like, oh, okay, it's not as pretty as it sounds when you're like
Right.
that.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's cool. It's interesting to hear about the Deftones, though, that they're exactly like the albums. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really fun. Like I said, and they always come here. I would say like every 1 or 2 years. They're pretty common, until COVID hit and everything. They were here like every couple years, just hitting the summer, time where they have the concert season really popping over here.
Sure. So every time they come next to you, do you go see them play?
Yeah, they usually come either to the Sunshine Theater, which is a more like kind of close knit kind of bar hangout place with a standing section, but they actually have a place where you can sit and like have drinks and stuff. And then
Okay.
Tingley Coliseum is the outside one, and that's the bigger venue with like much more seating and stuff, and it's all outside.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. And bro, I mean, if you've seen them 5, 6 times now, they must be good.
Yeah, they're one of my
So,
favorites. I would probably say my Slipknot and Deftones are probably my top 2 favorite bands of all time.
get you, get you. Nice choices, man. Nice choices. I know. November just gone. October just gone. In the UK we had that horror Comic Con that me and Emma went to, and
Yeah,
Emma got to meet Corey Taylor because she loves him. So that was
sweet.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, if
you
you
see,
tell her next time you talk to Emma, I have a magazine signed by Sid from Slipknot. I got a signature
wow,
from Sid. Yeah.
oh damn, bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, he came out here for when they came out for, I believe it was Mayhem Festival. So it was Slipknot, Disturbed, and I think Atreyu were like the main 3 bands touring and stuff. And Corey was there signing autographs because he actually broke his ankles like jumping off of like a speaker or something in a prior show. So he was
Right.
still touring with the band, but he couldn't do anything like on stage really because he was in a freaking wheelchair. So he was just signing autographs and doing stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. You got Sid's autograph though. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I have to tell the bar partner. We've got Winslow saying hello. So Hey, Winslow.
Hey.
Well, Jason says Denver made it past the first round, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. Yeah, Minnesota put in a tough fight. It's because like we're in the same division. So when you're in the same division, you play that team multiple times a year. So like Minnesota and Denver, they know each other like the back of their hand because we play them like 4 times a year, and now we just played them 5 times in a row in the playoffs.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
But we did beat them. Yeah. Now we're on to Phoenix as our next test, which starts on Saturday. We play the Phoenix Suns.
Get you, bro. That kind of goes over my head. I've got no clue about American sports.
Yeah, I've tried to get into soccer. Do you watch soccer at all?
I watch football.
Football? You watch football? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your team? Do you have a team?
Yes and no, really. So like the team that's kind of like my hometown, so to say, is Sunderland.
Okay.
But no, I usually just follow the highlights every week in like the Premier League, and to see what's going on. Really.
Yeah.
Do you
I've
have a
never
favorite soccer team?
No. Yeah, I've never really got into it, but my daughter does because I think they started a USA league out here, and our state actually has a team. I believe it's called the Galaxy or something like that, but it's like a lower, like American Division II type thing, I think. And my daughter actually follows it. She likes it, so.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nah, I know you're more into like basketball and stuff, so.
Yeah, I watched basketball and then the NFL over here, which is our football, and hockey. I watch hockey too.
Get you. Yeah, I know you're a big fan of that stuff, so I'm not surprised. We've got another guest joining us. We've got Jason. Hey,
Jason, what's up?
How's it going?
Hey, man.
Pretty good, brother.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Are you feeling better?
Yeah. I just still cough and blow my nose a lot, but other than that, I'm fine.
Good. I was going to say you sound a little bit clogged up, to be honest. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My electricity just turned on about 30 minutes ago, so I didn't have electricity for this morning.
Oh wow.
So now it's working. So.
But did you have like a power cut or something, or?
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. Something happens outside. I hear a big explosion outside, and so I'm like, "What the heck?" And so something happened in the power lines. I don't know what you call it, the electric box out there. I don't know.
Yeah, or like the transformer. Yeah, that happened one time, like by where I live. One time, like when we had a lightning storm, like lightning actually hit the transformer, and it just like you heard it like that. It sounded like a big car crash. It was like you're like, what the?
Yeah. The weather's fine though, so I don't know why it does that.
It's weird.
But electricity goes out, and then I'm out in the morning, and then usually it comes back on, and it did.
Okay, well, at least you're back up and running, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I find there's not a lot to do when there's no electricity in the house.
No, I guess because you're relying on it for quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, I understand. But I love how your electricity came back on for hangout and chat, though. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was sitting there like in the dark, like, man, I hope my electricity comes back.
Oh, sweet, man. Well, thank you for joining, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Always.
Great to have you in Norin. What's that?
Especially when Norin's here. I got to do my hat backwards. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I always
what you been watching, Jason?
Norin, I know, watches basketball. So that's so I apologize. Mike doesn't get the NBA references, but
nah, I mean, I've always wanted to get into basketball. And I think there's a channel on the TV like that we have downstairs that has basketball on, but I'd be lost. I'd be like, what's going on?
Oh man, it's the best sport ever. I don't know what to say.
I know, like, don't get me wrong. There's been odd times when I'm just like up at night, just chilling, and then I see it on the TV, and maybe halfway through a game, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just watch from here, and I get into it. it's just obviously I don't know about stats and the league and stuff like that. You know, I've got no clue, really.
Yeah, I was a little scared of Denver because Minnesota was making a comeback and they won one game and then they were about to win the second game, and I thought, oh no, they're on like a roll right now, but Denver barely won it at the end, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I knew that we needed like something from was it Jamal Murray, because Jokic with his wrist, you can tell he was like he was hurting because he was having a really bad shooting game.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. I don't think was shooting very well, but yeah. Sorry, Mike. That's all basketball reference.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Well, a question for you guys: have you guys seen the new movie Air?
No, not yet. Yeah, I took the 2 trips to see Evil Dead Rise instead.
Honestly, like, so obviously I've just mentioned before I'm not like massively into basketball, but I love that movie, and I think you guys will really enjoy it as well when you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, great movie. One of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, I want to see that, and then I saw the trailer for, I believe, George Foreman's getting his own movie too now. So I want to.
Yeah, that comes out Friday for us.
Friday. Yeah. That looks really interesting story. George Foreman. I mean, to come back at 45 years old and win the championship, I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I just know him for the grills. That's about it.
Yeah, that's good too, because he's one of those boxers that found a way to make a career after. Sometimes some people just retire and you never hear from them again, but George turned his self, into something that he can sell, his name.
Right.
You ever heard of Hulk Hogan talking about the story of that?
Which one?
Well, Hulk Hogan one time, he said that he got a call about like coming down and like they got 2 ideas for him to market, and he was like, yeah, sure, but I have to go pick up my kids or something like that. Anyway, so this is what Hulk Hogan says anyways, and so then when he got to there, the 2 options was it was a grill or something else. I can't remember what the other option was, but anyway, so Foreman got there first and got the grill, is what Hulk Hogan says. And so Hulk Hogan got whatever the other thing was, and whatever the other thing was never sold. It never took off. But the George Foreman grill took off like, hotcakes and became this huge seller. And so I don't know if that's true, but that's what Hulk Hogan says. Like, so it sounds like if he would have got there first, he could have got the grill maybe, but
the Hogan grill, that'd be crazy. The Hogan grill. The George
Foreman. Well, I can't see why it wouldn't be true, because obviously at that time when these guys were maybe talking about that idea, you said, Jason, they were 2 big figures in like the entertainment industry. Obviously boxing and wrestling. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised at the time, that's why it took off. Whereas now, if he was to launch a grill, people would be like, I don't know.
George Foreman's got the market, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of happy.
Yeah. We've got the viewer Drew saying, "Hey everyone, what's up?" Hey Drew.
Hey Drew.
Doing well. I got Winslow saying, "Watch the original Evil Dead trilogy this week. I don't like them at all, unfortunately."
Ooh. I've heard some people say that. Like, even was it Josh from Through the Lens, right? Josh said he didn't like him because he thought it was just like gore for gore's sake, and like that was kind of it, and they didn't really have anything to him. I believe that was Josh.
Think so. Think that's fair. I like the first one. I think the first one's good. I haven't seen the other 2 though. I know you have, Norin.
Yeah, I've seen them all, and like me being somebody who grew up with them, at some point in my life, I've had each one at the top. Like when I was a kid, I used to like Army of Darkness the best. Then I kind of like Dead by Dawn the best, and then eventually the first one, and then now as an adult, and like watching all of them now, 2013 is my favorite.
Mine too. Jason, have you seen any of them?
No.
I didn't think so, but I thought I'd ask just in case. Because I mean, you've been watching Puppet Master, so I'm a bit shocked you haven't watched Evil Dead.
I can tell you all about Puppet Master. I've been watching Puppet Master this last month.
I know, that's why I'm saying I'm surprised you haven't seen Evil Dead if you ain't watching Puppet Master.
I went from knowing absolutely nothing about Puppet Master to now being like, I could tell you anything just about.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, it's cool. The ranking video should be out. I haven't filmed. I just have to edit it and put it together, and it should be out hopefully like Friday or Saturday.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's an interesting series, I have to say.
Sounds like it from Norin's reviews.
Yeah, I don't have the factor that Norin has, so I'm not as excited about them as he is, but I still am fascinated by it somehow.
Oh man, yeah. I'm looking forward to the ranking video, and then I'll look forward to seeing Jason's comments being like, "This is my ranking as well."
Yeah. Up too. So.
Yeah, they basically kept the DVD or the video rental market was kind of like a boom thing back in the 90s and stuff. So that's where like Charlie Band and Puppet Master made all their money, was because it was all straight to video, just pumping them in in a Smith store or an video update or a Blockbuster. You just see like tons of Puppet Master stuff. So they were getting rentals up the buttload.
Can imagine, especially at that time as well.
Yeah.
We've got a question from Adam. Of course, it's me and Norin because Jason wasn't on at the time, but of course Jason as well. He says, "Hey guys," or "Hey Adam." He says, "What would be your rating out of 10 for how excited you are for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I'm at a 7 or an 8." Okay. Well, Jason, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, I guess. I'm excited, but I don't want to be too excited because I'll be disappointed when I see it. And I was excited for Thor: Love and Thunder, and that didn't turn out good. I was excited for Black Panther 2, and that didn't really turn out that good to me. Even Ant-Man 3, I thought was going to be good, and I was very disappointed with what I saw. And so I don't know. I'm kind of like, can they make a good movie anymore? I'm kind of like lost now, but I think this. I mean, it looks good on the trailer. Looks good, and I love the Christmas special was so good. I really love what they did there. So far, James Gunn has done very well with the Guardians. I've liked everything they put out so far. So I'm really hoping it's good. And yeah, so I'm like an 8 maybe.
An 8. It's cool. It's cool. I agree. I like the Christmas special as well. So I get what you mean. Norin?
I'll probably be maybe just a little bit lower. I'd probably sit at a 7, maybe just because I would say I'm optimistic about it, but I'm not like jazzed. I'm like, oh, I have to go the first month or anything, or worry about spoilers. I'm not at that point anymore with Marvel where I'm like, I have to go out constantly right away the first weekend. Right. But I would say I'm optimistic about it, definitely, compared to some of the recent projects.
Okay, yeah. Get you. Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like you guys are pretty much the same as Adam, about 7 or 8. Yeah. I'm gonna go with 5. It's just because you guys, it's like the last couple of movies have been terrible.
Yeah.
Or what they produced. And at the same time, if I think of my excitement for the first Guardians movie and the second one, it's like this one I'm not even bothered about coming out. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to go on Wednesday to see it when it comes out the first day, but it's mainly to avoid spoilers on the internet. And, obviously, I'm hoping this will kind of, revitalize my love for Marvel. That's been missing for a little while. Yeah. But like yourself, Jason, I feel like if I get too excited more than what I am now, where I'm not bothered, then I'll probably just be let down. So I don't want to get to that point. So yeah, I'm hoping to hit a home run with this one, though. I really am.
Yeah, me too. I hope so.
I think they need it, to be honest.
Yeah. Big time.
Big time, yeah. I've got Sai saying, "Hey guys, hey Sai, doing well? Thanks for tuning in." Jason, you were commenting before about finishing. Curse of the Puppet Master was a doozy.
Well, Norin, I know he doesn't like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's I was like, no, it's no secret that's going to be at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, so it was the last one in the series. So that was the last one that I needed to watch. And I watched it last night. Anyway, so I think I completed the series as far as I know. I think
Nice.
so. But I watched it knowing that Norin hated it, so I was like, I kind of knew I wasn't gonna like it watching it. And if I could talk about Puppet Master, like Puppet Master I like the puppets, and I like when they kill people. Like it's always a fun part of the movie, especially Blade. Like Blade's my favorite. Like anytime he gets involved, and I like when they do stop motion like animation where. Because like sometimes it's the puppet and you just see him, moving like this, and then they'll show him like actually, like running, and you're like, holy cow, like that would be scary to see like a running Blade coming down the hallway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they do. In some of the movies, they do a pretty good job making some tenseness. I think the first 3 movies are the best at making it kind of somewhat more like a horror movie and making it tense, where you're kind of scared for the people, like they're gonna die, and then there's some movies where I feel like they spend too much time on the human characters and the puppets are gone for 30 minutes or more, and I'm like, I don't care about the human characters, let's get back to the puppets. I don't know if you feel that way, Nor.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's kind of like almost like how I feel a little bit with the new Transformers movies. That effect happens where it's like they spend too much time with the humans, and it's like they don't make them as interesting if they were able to find a way to like mesh it together and it actually made sense. But yeah, it does happen later in the franchise where they don't do as much stop motion animation because obviously that takes a lot more time and money and stuff. So they do the puppetry work, and then as it gets on, even the puppets, the designs kind of look a little cheaper and stuff like that. So yeah, those first 3 are the best at using the puppets to their best ability.
I think so. I think they definitely did a lot more. I don't know if they put a lot more into those first 3 because they just felt different. I don't know.
Well, at that time too, Full Moon was still having the backing of Paramount, so they were still getting funded by them, so they still had money. And then once you hit 4 and everything after that, it's just Full Moon as its own thing.
Yeah, because even the acting was not terrible. It was actually not bad. And they actually had some pretty decent actors in there that are known, that have been in other stuff. And even the makeup work, like I said, and sorry, I'm talking about Puppet Master, Mike, but
that's good.
Puppet Master 2, the makeup work I thought was really good, and the costuming. Like I was impressed by. There's a guy that's kind of half dead, or he is dead, or something.
Yeah, he looks really cool. Yeah, Toulon. Yeah, he looks good.
Toulon, and it's really good makeup work. I was like, wow, I'm kind of impressed. Because I first started with the Axis, I started with the 4 and 5, the I don't know what you call those. Those are kind of back-to-back movies.
Yeah, like a good double feature watch.
Fighting the demon puppet things. I don't know what you call them. But I watched that. Then I watched the Axis Termination series, whatever you want to call it. And it is so the acting is so terrible and it's so campy bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, that I was watching it like this just feels like a different series. I don't know, it just felt so different. Yeah. And I started with that. So then when I got to the first 3, I was like, oh wow, this is better. Like I could just tell like the everything from the story to the acting to the puppetry was better, I thought. Which I thought was interesting. So I should have started with the first 3 and then moved on, but I went out of order. I don't know. So it was interesting to go from the beginning kind of on the series.
It's all right. It's kind of like an experiment thing. Like I actually started one with my wife where she watched Pearl first. She hasn't seen X. So she watched that first, and then she's going to watch X, which is chronologically how the films take place and everything. But X came out first. So like a lot of us experienced that movie first, and then, you know what I mean, went to Pearl.
I'm the same, Norin. I watched Pearl, then X.
Nice.
Yeah. I prefer
Do you think
Pearl.
that was better that way, or?
Yeah, I would say so, because it obviously, like Norin said, chronologically it follows that order. But I mean, if you watch, it doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't really matter, because if you watch X, if you go into Pearl, you know, like the backstory of one of the main characters. But I don't know. I just think watching the beginning of it first makes more sense, obviously.
Yeah, I just wanted to see because I wanted to test because you like Pearl more. And then after she watches X, I wanted to see which one she liked more. Like me, I saw X first, and I like X better. Like I think X is more up my alley in terms of my style and personal taste.
I get you. I'm excited for Maxine coming out though. That one I can't wait for.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
But no one else in the UK will probably get about 6 months later than you guys get, probably. So
you guys are
we've got the Upside Dan saying, "Hey everyone, hey Dan, hope you're well." Jason, you were saying before you watched a movie called The Room.
The Room.
Looks like Laurence Olivier. Oh man, yeah. I watched The Room yesterday as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Jason, just so you're aware, I've recorded my portion for the video. I just need to edit it, and then it's gonna go on Patreon like tonight or maybe this weekend at latest. Oh man, that movie.
Have you seen it?
Have you seen it, Norin?
The Room. No, I've actually not seen that. I've seen what is it? The Disaster Artist, or the movie about it, but I've never seen The Room.
Disaster Artist is awesome.
It is something. Yeah. When Tommy comes in and he's just, I don't know what his line readings are. It's like I said, he has no business starring in a movie. Like I said, The Secret Scene, which is an even lower budgeted movie, had way better acting in it. You know what I mean?
And none of us are actors either.
Right. It just boggles your mind when you watch it and you go, how did this get made or get through? And I mean, also it's because of Tommy. He was he had millions of dollars that he was willing to spend on this movie. And
the worst thing is, it was like $6 million, the budget.
Yeah, million.
And I was like, what did $6 million go on? It's one room basically for the whole movie. Bro, it's literally like someone's just like living room for like the whole movie, basically.
Yeah.
And a bed, and that's basically it.
Yeah, in the bedroom and the roof. You can't forget about the roof. That's most of the movie is the roof.
The roof of the living room. That's where most of it takes place.
Yeah, it's on the roof. 50% of the movie, I'm just like, what is going on? Why are they on the roof all the time?
It doesn't explain much. I don't know. There's a lot to that movie, Norin. Honestly, I can only say watch it to experience it, you know.
With a group of friends and make fun of it. That's the way to watch it.
Yeah.
I watched it by myself, and it wasn't as fun because I'm just making fun of it to myself, and I don't know, you know.
Well, same here, man. You're not the only one. Don't worry.
I don't know if my phone died.
All right. We've got Jason asking before about playing any sports. No, I wasn't involved in any like kind of school teams or anything. No, maybe just played football casual on like lunch breaks. That's kind of about it. Yeah. What about you guys?
I did basketball for like middle school era. Like I did when I was in middle school, like right before you get into high school. So that's when I played basketball.
Okay. Yeah, it was basketball for me. That's why.
Well, probably why you guys love basketball so much.
Basketball, that was always my sport. I played football like one time and I hated it. Like to me, it was no fun. I don't know. Basketball is the funnest sport because you can, at any time, you can get the basketball and score, or do something. Run around, set picks. You play offense and defense. I know you play football and it's like, oh, you're on the line, you got to block this guy, and it's like, this sucks. I don't know. And like I said, soccer is not a big deal here in the United States as much, or football, whatever you want to call it. Baseball, there was no baseball here because I'm from a small town, and so we didn't have a baseball team, so I never got into baseball. I don't know. So basketball to me, it's so easy. You just need a basketball and a goal, and you got a basketball. You can play a basketball game.
Right.
So
Right.
I was always playing basketball, like after school, friends, or during lunch period, I'd go to the gym and shoot baskets before my next period. I mean, to me, that was always the funnest thing to do, was play basketball. Unfortunately, I'm only like 5'10" and a half, and I'm white, so like I never really got anywhere.
Let's go say you got a bit of a height to you, though, at least.
Yeah, it was funny. When I was in junior high, I was like one of the tallest kids on the team. I was like 5'8", and that was like tall for junior high. So I was like the starting center on varsity, and and I was feeling pretty good, and I was an okay basketball player. And then my freshman year in high school, I just didn't grow at all. I was still the same height, and like everybody else grew up to be 6 foot tall. So I went from being the tallest to being one of the shortest guys on the team. And I had no guard skills. I was a big guy, so I knew how to post up and do that kind of stuff. And then I had to try to force myself to learn how to shoot and dribble more and all that. And I just never was able to be good enough. I sat on the bench on varsity basically, and that was the best I could do. And coach like never played me, and so.
Oh, yeah. Oh damn, man. That's a shame the coach never played you though. That sucks.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like I got to 5'10" and a half, but like I said, all the big guys we had guys that are 6'5", 6'4" on the team. And it's like I can't get those guys, and then I just didn't have the guard skills really to compete against the guards, and so I was kind of I didn't really have a good position on the team. So I should have developed guard skills early on, and I would have been better off. But I didn't know. I thought I was the big guy on the team. So
I get you. Hey, that's fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, you guys are big into basketball anyway, though, so it's cool that you got your own team to support, though. That's cool. Ryan is saying, we'll say, hey, Ryan. He says, fellas, what are your thoughts on the new Insidious trailer? I think I watched part of the trailer. I don't think I watched the full thing. I only remember the first movie, really. What about you, Norin?
Yeah, I'm not too big on Insidious, but I'm kind of excited for this one because Patrick Wilson is directing it. So I kind of want to see what he kind of brings to the table and stuff. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like they're going for a very kind of risky kind of story that's building to something very epic. So I'm a little excited to see where it lands.
Yeah, it seemed like that from what I saw in the trailer as well. I think I need to go back and rewatch the other ones first, though, because it's been years since the last one.
Yeah, I think the last time I did it was probably 2 years ago. Yeah, probably when I binged them all in a row was probably the last time I did it.
Get you. Well, it's more fresh in your mind than it is mine, then. And I'm assuming, Jason, you just never watched the trailer.
I don't know what Insidious is. I'm lost.
It's kind of like a horror, but it's like ghost hunting type stuff, like possession and spiritual world type stuff like that, like the dead and everything.
Yeah, that don't think it's Jason's cup of tea. Upside Down says, I thought the trailer was fine, but I'm more excited that Patrick Wilson is directing and the original cast is returning in the trailer. Yeah, Lynn Shea's in it as well, I believe, so that'd be cool.
Yep.
We've got Sai saying, I feel so bad for saying this, but I hated Evil Dead Rise. I found it very predictable.
Oh, wow.
I know Norin's not a fan of that.
I think that's kind of like it. What I find fascinating about Evil Dead is that if you really think about the franchise as a whole, there's like 3 films in there that are exactly the same. Like it's the same setup, the same kind of first act, same kind of second act and third act, but they find a way to either throw in different style characters, new special effects or whatever they throw in, or the Deadite designs are different, but they still, each one has its own kind of flavor and stuff like that. So I find that kind of fascinating, but I can see where somebody might think Evil Dead Rise is probably predictable because, you know, the only thing I kind of wanted to happen was I wanted them to go more in the third act just for it. It felt a little bit underwhelming, like a tiny bit. It's still a good movie, and I like it a lot. But the third act felt a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Norin. When the movie ended, I was like, oh, that was a good movie, but I wasn't like blown away by it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what it felt like. It was missing something. I don't know if it's just me, but it could
And
be
I
as
think,
you said.
yeah, like it was just, I don't know, like I couldn't really pinpoint it, but I think there's just, like you said, something about it where it didn't grab you like 2013. Like kind of once that one takes off, it kind of grabs you and it just has you and it takes you all the way to that third act. And when that final act and the scene happens, you're just like, you went for a ride. And this one, it kind of felt like maybe a little bit clunky in the middle where it kind of didn't know pacing wise what it was doing.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, no, that's fair, man. That's fair. Sorry to hear that you hated those, that's not cool. Ryan says, I think the bands I've seen the most is probably Imura and Motionless in White. Cool. I've not heard of them, but they sound cool.
I've never seen that. I've seen Rob Zombie a lot, Ozzy, System of a Down, 9 Inch Nails, Eminem. I've seen quite a few people, like different artists and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Bit of a variety then, really.
Yeah, the only thing I've never gone to see is like I really want to, but like I like say like No Doubt. Like I would have loved to go see No Doubt. That would have been pretty cool. That would have been awesome. 311 is another good band I would love to see.
Never heard of 311. I know No Doubt, but not 311.
They're cool. If you like have you ever heard of Sublime? Oh no, you haven't? Okay, so it's kind of like it's a little bit like funk rock mixed with like Rastafarian type style. There's a little bit of that mixed in it. You know what I mean? Kind of just funky, kind of chill rock. That's what it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds intriguing, to be fair. Jason's nodding along. He's like, yeah, I've heard of that.
I've heard Sublime. I remember them, but
okay, yeah. We've got Ryan saying basketball and football over here. Yeah, man. And he's got, are you watching the NFL draft tonight, Norin? I'll have the draft on TV and baseball on the tablet, sorry.
Oh, nice.
You guys watching
No, yeah, I never really
tonight?
watched drafts.
It's in Kansas City, right next to me.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so staying away from Kansas City because it's going to be too chaotic, I think. So,
definitely.
So I'm going to stay out of that area. Everybody's like, yeah, go to the draft. I'm like, who cares? Like, I don't know. NBA, I watched the NBA draft. The NBA draft, I enjoy watching that because I watch college basketball, but I don't watch college football. So NFL draft, I'm just like, I don't know who any of these people are.
Okay, yeah. Hey, that's fair. Well, I hope you enjoy.
How about Norin?
What's that?
So what do you think, Norin?
Oh, draft. Yeah, I don't typically watch the drafts. Like I'll usually do like after the day's over, I'll watch the round, like just a quick sum up on like ESPN. That's usually how I get my news on it.
Are you looking for somebody for the Rams?
Offensive line, for sure. We definitely need offensive linemen, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's hard, because we'd love to something on defense or an offensive lineman probably, but I don't know. We got such a good team, so we're not too worried, but
okay, that's fair. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the draft tonight if you choose to watch it or catch up on ESPN like Norin was saying as well.
Yeah.
So, I got Sai adding into this. He says, are Norin and Jason surprised that the Heat knocked out the Bucks?
Yeah. The Heat, man, well, Butler just went on fire. He scored like 56 points or something like that in one of the games, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he was on another level.
He could not miss 3-pointers. He'd drive it and just no one could stop him. And Bucks, I don't know. Well, I know Giannis Antetokounmpo got hurt for like 2 games. And that but they won, I think, one of those games. That's the game where they scored a bunch of points. So it was weird. But yeah, Milwaukee, what happened to Milwaukee? I wonder.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that I've never felt safe like betting on them. Like if I was say a betting man, I was never like one that was like, oh yeah, Bucks all the way. Like even though they did win and stuff, it's just there's something kind of about that team, which I would say Nuggets kind of almost have that a little bit, where when you have your star player, your main top dog, and he's gone, the team just kind of completely changes. Like the unit, everything, it just doesn't flow correctly. And I kind of feel like the Bucks have that similar fashion thing with Giannis when he's out.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought because Milwaukee was the number one team. I mean, and they won the championship. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. So they definitely have the ability. They got the players.
I definitely think Boston's the best so far in the East. Like what I've seen so far, I think Boston's the most consistent team.
Boston's very good, except they've lost 2 games against Atlanta, so I'm kind of surprised there as well. And then 76ers swept the Nets, so they could be good as well. Miami, I wouldn't sleep on Miami right now. They looked good. So I don't know.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, they could be one of those teams make it all the way. You see.
I don't know. They don't look bad. I was like, wow. Like I said about Denver and Minnesota. Minnesota, I think, is a good team. That's a tough first round team, I thought. I mean, when you got Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, I mean, that's pretty good players. Yeah, like you said, you got Phoenix with Booker and Durant. I mean, that's going to be tough.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a hard out right there.
I think it's wide open. I think almost anybody. I mean, LA Lakers don't look bad to me. They got some good pieces there. What's the other team? What am I missing?
The Kings. Well, the Kings.
The Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors.
The Warriors and the Kings. Yeah.
Are they still playing? I can't remember what happened with that one. I think the Warriors were leading, but I mean, the Warriors. I don't think they're quite the team they used to be. So I don't think they can win, but I think there's multiple teams that could win. It's up in the air to me.
Yeah, it's an exciting year for us for basketball fans because it's like one of those years where there's just great basketball all over the place. Like no matter kind of what series you pick or what team you're picking, you're like there's great players and great stuff going on all over.
Yeah, it's pretty even throughout, I thought. I mean, like I said, the 8th seed is just about as good as the 1st seed sometimes. Yeah, it's like, do you remember when the Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers played in the championship game like 4 years in a row?
Oh yeah, it's just recycling the same teams. You're like, you get tired of that sometimes.
You're like, oh, it's gonna be the Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, And yeah, it was like, so it's kind of nice. We're in an era where I feel like there's not a one dominant team. I don't feel like. I mean, the Warriors won last year. That was something, and then the Bucks won, I think, the year before, and the Lakers the year before that. Yeah. So, we go into eras where there's one team that dominates, like the Chicago Bulls in the '90s. The Lakers in the early 2000s and the Spurs dominated in the 2000s. And then you went on to the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Warriors. And it's nice to have an era where it feels like, nobody's dominating.
Yeah, it's definitely cool because it's like any kind of team. It makes you feel like just anytime any team could win. And that's what's exciting for us is like me being a Nuggets fan is like this could be the year that we grab it. You know what I mean? We've been to the Western Conference Finals, but we've never made it all the way to the top prize.
Well, yeah, because you had to go through Lakers or Spurs.
Even the Utah Jazz are really tough. The Jazz that we had for a long time.
There's so many dominant teams that, especially in the West. The West was killer back in like the 90s, 2000s era, when you had the Lakers were on fire and then the Spurs were amazing. And even like the Phoenix Suns were great. And and Denver or the Dallas Mavericks were great. I mean, yeah, if you're a Denver Nuggets fan, you're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that it's Denver Nuggets year this year. I really like them.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you guys could do a live stream on basketball all day. You could.
Probably.
Oh, definitely.
It's all good. It's all good. I like hearing you guys' passion for the sport because I know nothing about it, so it's cool hearing you guys talk about it. At least I'm learning something about it anyway.
I said you're learning.
I've definitely learned a lot. Only got so many years of history to go through, but I'll get there. We got True Action saying, "Hello, you lovely lads." Hey, True Action.
Hey, True Action.
Well, Andy saying, "Hey guys, hey Andy, hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in." We've got True Action says, "Thoughts on the film 6 Minutes to Midnight." I think it's about 8 minutes. Don't know what that movie is.
I think I've seen that, and if I remember what it is, it's been a long time. Like it's one of those movies.
6 minutes.
Okay. I've got no idea.
I always thought that was a song. Isn't that a song?
I know there's a 6 minutes to midnight movie came out, says here, in 2020. I don't know if that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, then I haven't seen it. I don't think.
I don't know that one.
I'm not sure on that one either, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we'll come back. Ryan, Mike, you were just telling me you pre-ordered the Ant-Man and Thor Love and Steel Thunder Steel books. No, but they can stay on the shelves of whatever store or online warehouse they're in. I don't want those steel books. Not even if they were like a couple of pounds. Nah, you're all good.
It'd be like a zombie apocalypse, and like Mike would just be walking around with like his crew of people, and then like there's just like a truck crashed, and just like piling out of the truck is just miles and miles and pounds of like freaking all the steel books, and you'd be like, oh my god, they survived.
No, I would be too busy picking them up and be like, I wonder if these can take a zombie's head off.
Yeah, you'd be like, Mike, good news is we found a working Blu-ray player and TV. Bad news is the only movie we got is Thor Love and Thunder. And then Mike would
I'd honestly, I'd be sat for 2.5 hours just staring at the tree that's off to the side of it. Just be like, this vine looks new. I'd rather not. True Action says, got a bottle of Prime energy drink today. I want to try something different and to booze, and it's awful. Pedigree chum tastes better.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That goes to say a lot if that's the case. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to try it, to be honest, though, because it sells out everywhere here in the UK anyway.
Yeah.
True Action says, superhero films don't do it for me. Only thing that does it is maybe Karen Gillan in Marvel, The Guardians, Those Legs. Yeah, I agree. She's...
Well, I didn't know who Karen Gillan was until I watched Jumanji.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, who's this really good-looking chick? And it's like, oh, she's in Guardians. And so now I'm like strangely attracted to the character, even though it's like kind of a robotic alien character. I don't know what to call it.
Like robotic, yeah.
What's her name? It's not Gamora. It's the
Nebula.
Nebula. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not Nebula. I'm like, Nebula's kind of good looking. Like.
Yeah, now I'm like so excited about what we found out, like for Ahsoka, that we got the trailer and Mary Elizabeth Winstead's going to be playing Hera Syndulla, and I was like, I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that trailer yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I heard good things about it though.
Looks like there's going to be some lightsaber action, which is what I've been wanting for a long time. I love when they fight with lightsabers, and I feel like we haven't got even Kenobi didn't have a lot of good lightsaber action in it, I thought. And so I'm kind of excited just to see some fighting with lightsabers, because to me that's what drew me into Star Wars from the beginning was lightsabers.
I need to see the trailer, Jason. Yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit behind in the Star Wars series. I haven't seen Andor. Haven't seen Kenobi yet. Haven't seen season 3 of Mandalorian yet, so I'm quite a bit behind in Star Wars. Yeah, bit behind.
You've seen She-Hulk, right? No, I was kidding.
No, didn't bother with She-Hulk. didn't bother with Miss Marvel.
That's good.
And when I saw the trailer the other week for the Marvels, I was like, nope, not happening.
Yeah, I'm not excited for that.
It's just not bothered about Miss Marvel. I don't like Captain Marvel. I only like Monica Rambeau and Nick Fury. And I was like, well, why am I going to watch a movie that's about 2 of the main characters? I'm like, I'm not bothered about them.
No, yeah.
No, it's not bothered. Not bothered. I might be missing out on the best movie ever, but I don't think I am. Got View Drew says, excellent news. Ordered the Blu-ray of the movie Warrior last night.
Cool.
Nice.
Hey, awesome, man. Well, hope you enjoy the Blu-ray when you get that as well.
It's a good movie.
Enjoy it. Yeah, I've heard good things. Got Traction says, Evil Dead Rise was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Pure horror perfection. Great effects, tense, and has respect for the franchise. Oh, glad to hear that you loved it, man. Norin's seen it twice now, so he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, usually when I go multiple times, that's when I really like it. Like, I've only gone, let's see, Evil Dead Rise, Dark Knight Rises. I did that 3 times when that came out. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, when that came out, I did that one twice.
Oh, that's cool.
John Carpenter's Halloween, I've seen that on re-release, like when they show it for anniversaries. I've seen that twice in theaters.
Okay.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah. So quite a few repeat viewings by the sounds of it then. Yeah.
How many times do you see Thor Love and Thunder in the theater? That's kidding.
Once and that was enough.
3 times? No, just kidding.
Nah, you couldn't pay us to see it 3 times. Traction says, do you guys like, do you chaps like Cher?
Cher?
I'm not real well versed in her. She had some hit songs that were decent back in the 80s era.
There's a song, I think there's something like Gypsy Woman or something like that. There's a song like that. I like her really older stuff, like kind of, when she was like in that era with, like Mike or Jason said with Sonny Bono, right? Wasn't that her husband, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What was that? Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves, I think was the name of the song.
That was it. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good song. If I Could Turn Back Time is a decent 80s hit, I think. And then she made like a comeback in the 2000s, I feel like, with Do You Believe in... Do you believe in bum bum bum? Something about love.
Karaoke night with Jason.
But it was a very auto-tuned song. That was like a big thing at the time. But that album was huge when she made kind of that comeback. I mean, and she's a good actress too. She won the Oscar for Best Actress, Moonstruck, back in the 80s. So she's not a bad actress really. I say 80s was her prime period almost. Like, I mean, she was pretty good looking too, and she was a good actress, singer. Yep. I would say now she's like 70s, and she had so much makeup, or she has had so much work done that she looks weird. But I don't know what she's doing now. Is she still doing stuff? I don't even know.
I don't think so. I think she's just kind of chilling, enjoying her money. Like I saw this, it's kind of like laughed like really, really hard because I saw on Twitter like a picture of Al Pacino and Christopher Walken, and just old dude hanging out, chilling on the street, walking around. They look like they're just enjoying their lives. Like, for real, I was like, that's good for them, man. Like, good for them.
Well, yeah, they don't need the money anymore. So yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Just relax, stay. Although, to be honest, I did see the other day, I don't know what news article I was looking on, but it was a picture of Jack Nicholson, and I don't think I think they said he hadn't been photographed in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I saw this photo, and he looked terrible.
Oh, he looked terrible.
Oh, damn! I don't think I saw that.
He'd piled on the weight a little bit, which not necessarily a bad thing, but like his hair was all over the place, and it looked like he'd been on like a like a rough night out the night before, I think.
I
mean, if he's enjoying retirement, good for him. Yeah, good for him. But I don't know, it just looked rough.
Well, they're rumoring that he was having some mental issues or something, but I don't know if that's true. That might just be a rumor. But he is probably getting up there. I mean,
I think he is. Yeah,
he's getting into the 80s almost. I don't know if he's at that period, late 70s. I don't know.
I think late 70s, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and he retired after The Departed. He retired from acting, which was back in 2006, I think, when that movie came out.
Round about then, I think 2006, 2008, maybe between that period. I think you're probably right, though.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say I'm right, but I'm right because I know that stuff. But because it won Best Picture, I remember that.
Oh, fair enough.
In 2006, so
no, cool.
Not to pull that card on you, Mike. Yeah.
Well, you know more about the movie than I do, so it's all good.
So that's I mean, that's 15 plus years since he's acted, or is that right?
Well, 2006. Well, 17 years this year.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy to think that.
Well, if he's got enough money to do it, why not?
Yeah, that's something. How sometimes I mean, you got some guys that they're acting up until their 90s. It feels like they never stop working. You know.
Yeah, Robert De Niro keeps going. Robert De Niro keeps popping out stuff all the time.
Yeah,
Clint
Danny Trejo
keeps making movies, and he's getting up to 90, I think, or he might be in his 90s now. Woody Allen, same. I don't know. It's just insane. Like they never stop working. And then Jack Nicholson, I mean, he was up there in age enough. I mean, he's at a retirement age, I guess, if you can call it retirement. No retirement age really in Hollywood, I guess. But you know, Gene Hackman quit too back in the 2000s. He just quit acting. He's just like, I don't know. So sometimes that happens every once in a while. It's always weird. You're like, huh? I wonder why some people.
But do you not think though that it's maybe a good decision? Because I mean, like Nicholson and Gene Hackman, as you mentioned, have got many memorable movies. Yeah. Whereas like as you just said, like say Danny Trejo, he's in basically like any movie. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he might be going for the world record of most appearances ever in movies. I'm assuming he's doing something like that, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But like, how many memorable movies has he got compared to, like, say, if you bring up Jack Nicholson, how many can you top of your mind, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's one of the greatest actors of all time, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. Yep. It's funny, as a fan, you always, like, you hate to see people go away because you're, like, have such good memories of their acting, you know?
Yeah. Even, like, people like, was it Rick Moranis kind of left... Yeah. Right when he was in his prime too, he was doing like a lot of hits, and then he just went out and just decided to retire.
Well, I think he chose to look after his kids, though.
Yeah,
I think
look after his kids.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, he was got a house on like an island and just wanted to raise the kids like normal, like away from the limelight and all that stuff.
Which is fair, because I think if he carried on, he probably would have been in more hits after hits, and he would have probably never been there for his kids.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, working hard too, because you work a lot of hours and stuff, and you're traveling a lot.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's a good choice for them. It probably is a good thing. I'm just selfish as a fan. That's the only problem.
Yeah. I mean, we would love to. Don't get us wrong. I'm with you, Jason. I would love to see him in another movie. But yeah.
Oh yeah, in a dream world. That's why, when I play sports games or I play wrestling games, I always take the injuries off because, like, in a dream world, I want everybody to just be healthy and like live forever. Like, I want to see Stone Cold wrestle for the rest of his life.
I don't blame you. We've got D Movieman in the house. So hey D.
Hey D.
Well, he says, "Hey you all. It is possible to be overly." I don't know if he means, is it possible? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Is it possible to be overly nitpicky or dismissive when it comes to film criticism? Someone I knew once couldn't finish film because the leads weren't attractive enough. Wow.
Damn, that shit sounds very shallow.
Very, very. I mean, I think in a way, like, I can't speak for you guys, but I think like when I watch a movie, you know, I might think, wow, I really enjoyed this movie, but there's little things I nitpick at the movie that could be maybe better. So I guess at times I can. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, for me, I would say like some things, I would probably say I'm overly picky on the Western genre. When it comes to Westerns, I'm very kind of strict. Like once I lose interest in a movie, it's hard for me to get into it more. And I feel like there's other movies that I forgive a little bit easier. You know what I mean? So of course there's Western films that I do love and I like and enjoy, but I feel like sometimes when I do go to those types of films, I'm a little bit more critical. And like I said, once I hit a moment that I don't like, it's kind of hard to get me right back into it.
Right. I think that's fair. Yeah, because once you lose interest, you kind of like, you try, but you're gone at that point, really.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to force it.
Right. Jason?
Yeah, I think the issue with doing film criticism is that we kind of try to be, you know, as fair, I think, as we can, and unbiased maybe as we can. But the truth is, we all have some biasness already in when we watch a movie, depending on our belief systems, and you know, it could be anything from religion to politics, you know, anything like that, or whatever. And so there's always going to be some nitpicky. I think you can't help it.
You know,
I don't know, because I can get very nitpicky.
Hello.
Sorry, that was my son.
It's
all good.
Yeah, I know I can get very nitpicky if I'm watching a movie, and because I kind of have this belief system that's ingrained in me, kind of, that when I'm watching something and a character does something that, you know, if your main character is like doing something that I think is morally not good, I can dismiss a movie pretty easily sometimes. And I talk to somebody else and they're like, oh, I like that. And I'm like, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, I'm like, I don't know. I like my characters to be somewhat morally good. And so when I'm watching a movie where your main character is not morally good, I'm like, it just ruins the whole movie for me. And everything else could be good, but just that one thing can ruin the movie. And I understand some people are like, oh, you're being too nitpicky. And I'm like, yeah, I probably am, but I can't help
it. Well,
yeah,
have your preference. Yeah, exactly what you said, Norin. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, you have your preference. But thank you for the question, Noddy. We got Gareth saying, "Hey guys, hey Gareth, hope you're well." Got Jackson saying, "Hey guys, I'd be down to join if it's okay." Totally. Yeah. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll send you a link. I am only going till 8:30 UK time, so maybe about 45 more minutes. Then I will be going closing down the stream. But yeah, if you want to join, man, feel free. Jackson says Sublime is great. Been a while since I've listened to them.
Nice. Good job,
man. Glad you love it.
Oh, they had one really good song.
What's up?
Sublime. What was their hit song?
Oh, their hit song. Oh man, I'm like, you always put me on the spot though. Let's see. Let's look them up. Let's see some of the stuff.
I can't remember. I can sing it in my head. They had
I
one
can think of. See, I think of Santeria is a good song of theirs. And then they did Smoke Two Joints, What I Got. They did all those kind of songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend check out Santeria. That's such a good song.
We're gonna have to go there. I might have to step out now, Mike. All right.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Thank you for joining.
No worries, brother. Oh, you're good. No worries, brother. Thanks for having me on and everything.
Nice talking to you.
Anytime, man. And then link to Norin's channel will be down below in the description box after the stream as well.
Thanks, Mike.
Later, brother.
Laters.
And taking over Norin, we've got Jackson. Hey, man.
Hey. I'm a little disappointed because I've wanted to meet Norin for a while. He's actually in my same time zone, and I saw you guys talking about the Nuggets, and I'm a big Nuggets fan. So
okay.
yeah.
It's cool.
Oh man, if I knew you were joining like this second, I would have said, Norin, hang on.
Yeah, no worries. I'll meet him again on Z Talks or something.
Definitely, man. But how are you doing anyway?
Doing good. Yeah, I would have joined earlier. I just I went to the climbing gym this morning with my friend, and we had a good session over there. So
yeah, hey man, all good. I only decided to do this like a couple of hours ago, so you're good.
Yeah, no, great. Yeah, looks like it's been a good stream.
Well, thanks for joining, man. And link to Jackson's channel will be down below in the description box after the live stream as well, so you can check him out. And yeah, I've got to mention as well, Norin, Jason, and Jackson will be on Z Talks this Sunday, where of course it is going to be Z Talks episode 40, the charity live stream. Looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be a busy day.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm going to have is like my partner Emma's like off that day, so I'll have my laptop set up. I'll be on Facebook Messenger, be like, "Can you go get me a drink? I can't leave right now."
I was thinking that. I was like, what are you going to do for food? Like, you're going to be so like exhausted by the end of that.
I'll be having like maybe like snack food kind of on the day.
Yeah, get some noodles or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then probably like a couple of times throughout the stream, I'll turn my camera off, go to the toilet, come back kind of thing. But I'll be live for most of it though. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait to have you on, Jackson. I think you're 7 o'clock UK time.
Pretty sure 7 to 8. Yeah.
I think so.
With like Josh and Jason, are you on at the same time or?
I'm at 8.
Oh, you're at 8. Okay. I think Matt's on at the same time as me. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I think you've got Scott, Mike T Shizzle, Matt Vengeance Media, and someone else. I can't remember who. I've completely lost the track. I'm going to be honest. There's that many.
Yeah, no, it's I don't blame you for losing track. Like at this point.
I think on the day I'm going to have like a full like list notepad written down. Be like, all right, these people are meant to be on this time. Yeah. And if someone comes in early, I'll be like, you're not meant to be on yet. Come back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, well, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
I've got Marvel fan saying, hey guys, how are you? Hey, Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Doing well. We've got Roddy saying, Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus Prime in the animated Transformers origin movie, Transformers 1. What are your thoughts on the bizarre casting?
Is it that bizarre? I mean, like, he's got a nice voice that he could use. Yeah. I mean, I guess they'll probably add some filters to it to make it deeper, I guess. But it doesn't seem that odd to me. I'm not too interested in that movie, but I do want to check out the original, like the 80s Transformers animated movie. I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about that on Josh's stream, I think, the other day or the other week at least anyway, I think.
Yeah, because we were talking about the trailer came out for the new one, which we don't think looks very good, but
nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I don't know about you guys. I think like the Transformers movie, like I enjoyed the first two for what they were. And then I quite enjoyed Bumblebee. And then the other ones I didn't really like. So
yeah.
So I don't really remember enjoying any of the Michael Bay ones very much. Like I'd only seen I think I've only seen the first 3, and the third one I don't remember really at all. But yeah, I haven't seen Bumblebee. I've heard good things though.
Yeah,
Bumblebee was kind of like a return, and it was kind of like a back to like basics roots. Like it felt more grounded of a Transformers movie.
Yeah, and there's less of Michael Bay's like I really like when he does kind of very like vulgar humor, but like it's almost like he's doing a satire, but he doesn't know he is, like in some of his movies. But for some reason, it never really worked for me in the Transformers movies because it's wrapped around this gigantic franchise that's a lot more like innocent because they're just based off kids' toys. So
yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Transformers because obviously the last one we got was Bumblebee, which was they meant to do like kind of like a reset, so to say, because it obviously got so stupid and out there with its ideas. Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, actually, let's return to that stupid idea and bring out this one about beasts or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Is Michael Bay directing this one or no?
I hope not.
I hope not too. I mean, like I kind of liked Ambulance, and I kind of hope he can still find ways to get mid-budget movies like that made. But yeah,
I haven't seen Ambulance yet, but I've heard all right stuff about it.
Yeah, like I think the character stuff is decent in it, surprisingly. And it's just kind of a fun ride, but it's too long, and I didn't love the way some of the action was filmed. Like I described it in my review, like it's like Michael Bay one day discovered what a drone is.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's just do everything with this.
Oh, the camera's moving all the time in that movie. It just got exhausting.
Yes.
Because it never stood still. Wow. It's just constantly moving over here this way. It was just too much.
Yeah, he's just throwing like every trick in the book at you, and you never get a chance to like settle into it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's any accurate how a real EMS would work, but I don't know.
Yeah.
My wife is an EMT, so I almost wanted her to watch it just to go, is there any realisticness in how this would work?
Funny, I was on my job recently. I meet a lot of different people who do different things, and I met an EMT one time, and they were telling me that I think I mentioned to them the movie Bringing Out the Dead by Martin Scorsese, which is also about that. And he was like, "Yeah, that movie's like incredibly silly in terms of like the realism." But
right, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I haven't seen that Ambulance, but I tell you what I would love to know. So when they were shooting Ambulance, I don't know if this was part of a trivia somewhere. As you guys mentioned, if the camera's like all over the place, like how many drones he actually used, or how many battery packs he must have had for this drone.
I mean, it's a lot, and they have to do complicated things with them because I think there's scenes where like it will go like through buildings into really tight spaces and stuff. And I'm like, technically that's cool, but again, it's way too much.
I'm gonna have to check it out and see for myself, to be honest, because I've heard a lot about this movie.
Yeah, it's decent for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed it enough.
And I like Jake Gyllenhaal, to be honest, so that sold me on the movie.
Yeah, it's not one of his better performances, I don't think. He's it's very like over the top, like he's kind of just screaming the whole time. Very similar to, I don't know if you guys have seen The Guilty on Netflix. Similar to that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear good things about that one though, so
no, it's a remake of a Danish movie that's supposed to be better. I haven't seen the Danish one.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like Guilty. I didn't think that was too bad. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was a pretty good actor though, but
he's great. I mean, I love him in like like Zodiac is one of my favorite movies ever. I think he's great in Nightcrawler. Some other things.
Yeah. I rewatched Nightcrawler a couple of months ago. It's been a while, but really enjoyed that movie again.
Yeah, no, for sure. I should go to rewatch soon.
Yeah, man, get it on physical media. Get it it's in the collection here. So.
Oh, nice, good stuff.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Hold on. There you go.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
The slipcover and everything. Cool.
With the slip, yeah. Well, I noticed. I think on eBay they have this on a steelbook.
Okay.
The steelbook was stupid, whereas I think this in maybe American currency was maybe like $4.
Oh wow. Okay.
So really I was like, well, I'm picking that up.
Yeah.
Your guys' physical media is stupidly expensive.
It is. Like I in terms of like whenever I go to like Barnes and Noble, or Best Buy, I'm always like searching for deals because it is very expensive.
Yeah, like so we have a shop here called CEX, which I've done like in a couple of hauls, and you might see like Josh and Pete and stuff talk about it as well, and Scott. And as I say, sometimes they sell Blu-rays for like $1.
Yep. Nuts. I've actually been to CEX because where I went to college over in Ireland, we have them there too. I didn't buy too much from there because I don't have a multi-region player yet. But
sure.
Yeah.
Well, when you come over to the UK, Jackson, to like move here, Man,
Yeah.
CX is going to get raided when you go in there.
Oh yeah, you best believe it is.
No, well, if you ever come over to the UK, let me know and we'll certainly arrange a meetup.
Absolutely, I'm really excited for that. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of other couple of grad schools I applied to that are both in the UK. But if I get in there, we'll definitely be meeting up. So
yeah, man, that'll be awesome. And I'm just waiting for Jason to come into the UK as well.
Yeah,
man. Is that the London Eye in the background on your wall there? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd Mike go?
I don't know. We lost our host.
Taking the Z out of Z Talks.
Yeah, I was in London in 2015.
What happened there, Mike?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to be honest. I do not know what happened. All of a sudden, I heard about the London Eye, and then all of a sudden, my screen just went like black. It completely cut me out with StreamYard.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. So apologies.
I thought there was a chance you were like very anti the London Eye. You were like, I'm not talking about this.
No. Heck, I did a review on the London Eye on my channel about rating it over COVID. So
Nice.
I like the London Eye.
Yeah, I've been on it too because I did go to London once, but it was it's fun. It's just overpriced. It's one of those touristy things.
Yeah, there's a picture of me walking across Abbey Roads. That's the other one.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, you were saying you've been there, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, back in 2015, I was in London.
Cool, man.
That's awesome, man.
No, it was awesome. I really liked London. It was really cool. So many cool stuff. I mean, of course, being from America, I love Europe in general because they got these cool castles and cathedrals that we don't have in the United States. And I love seeing those kind of old buildings, really huge, really beautiful buildings they got in those places.
Yeah, you'll like go into a pub in Europe and they're like, this pub is older than the United States.
I know, it's incredible. That's what I love. Like London's got St. Paul's Cathedral, and Westminster Abbey is amazing, and London Tower or whatever is great. Is that what's called? What's it called? Is that the
Tower of London? Yeah, I think.
Tower of London. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got so many cool buildings. I loved it there.
I really liked when I was visiting. I really liked Camden. Like the Camden Market.
Yeah.
There's some really good food over there. It's London's such a great blend of different cultures, and especially in the food scene, really benefits from that.
It's a cool place. Cool place to go. Like, especially like to visit. It's nice. Different if you live there though, because it's extremely busy.
And expensive for sure.
Yeah. Whereas like whereas I live, it's like maybe 3.5 hours by train from there.
Okay.
Up north, and it's far cheaper.
Yeah,
and it's far less busy as well, which I'm not like.
Yeah,
don't like being rushed all around all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Although don't get me wrong, I walk fast everywhere I go. I just don't like being rushed. It does make sense.
Yeah, when I was in London, I mean, of course, I come from like I was from a small town of like 800 people. And I go to London and it's just like wall to wall people, and you're just in a crowd, just, and you're just, weaving in and out of the crowd, trying to get through people. And but after I was there for like 6 days or something like that. But after I kind of figured my way around the area because I studied the map and I kind of knew where stuff was. So after like the 5th or 6th day, I was like walking like a Londoner, just in and out. And somebody asked me for directions. Someone's like, hey, do you know how to get somewhere? And I'm like, I'm not really from here.
Yeah. Well, like in the US too, there's some places in the US where they might actually give you a ticket for jaywalking. And like, but like in Dublin, like jaywalking, there's like an art to it where like you gotta just haul, sprint past. So
it's crazy about you guys like jaywalking. Like over here, they just don't care. They just cross the road, whatever. We don't care.
I don't know about where you are, Jason, but I feel like where I live, they're starting to become more lenient about it. Like they realize that it's kind of stupid. Like I've never seen anybody where I live get a ticket for jaywalking, but yeah.
No, that'd be kind of silly.
Yeah.
You guys have weird Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I feel like every time I go to a foreign city, it doesn't feel like traffic rule. There is any traffic rules. I don't know if that's just me. And of course, maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's that way in the United States because I don't go to big cities as much. But anytime I'm overseas, like I'm like, are there traffic rules? I don't think so. Everybody just does their own thing. It feels like.
Yeah. At least here in the UK, it pretty much is. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got Lisa here. So hey, Lisa. She's just adding to the conversation saying Camden's a favorite part of London.
It's a really nice area. Like, to be fair, like, yeah, I mean, the market is, but also just, I don't know, it's just very like quaint. It doesn't feel as big as the rest of London. So,
no, it's like a nice. I mean, it's maybe not as like area wise, maybe not as nice as the rest of London.
Sure.
Maybe why, but yeah, I like Camden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. With you, Jackson. I say Nightcrawler's fab. Absolutely. And she also Lisa also adds the Danish one is much better.
Okay.
Talking about The Guilty, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, The Guilty.
Yeah. I've got Norin saying thanks again for having me, Mike. Great chat, Jason. Always love the convo. Well, hey man, welcome anytime. And of course, see you Sunday. Right, let's have a look because we're a little bit behind in a couple of comments. View Drew says, what are you guys' thoughts on the live action Scooby-Doo movies? The ones back in the early 2000s? I think they're the ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to watch both of them as a kid, and it was, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world to have Scooby-Doo live action, but
right.
I mean, it's a weird aesthetic decision, of course, but I actually rewatched the first one a couple of years ago with some friends, and I won't say it held up, but we definitely enjoyed ourselves. So I haven't seen the second one in a long time, but I enjoyed the first one not that long ago. So
yeah, I'm the same as you. Yeah, I watched like bits and pieces of it because sometimes my nephews have it on when I go visit them, and I still get like a chuckle from it. So
yeah,
and there's actually quite a few famous people in that movie. I didn't realize as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like funny, like kind of adult humor in it. Like there's a lot of like references to Shaggy being a stoner. Like he and Scooby at the beginning are just like there's all this smoke coming out of the van.
Yeah, man. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think I've actually sat down and watched it all the way through. I feel like I've seen bits and pieces on TV. So I don't really remember much about them, except they seemed really stupid. That's my memory of them.
Has it been a while, Jason, since you've seen them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm sure the CGI doesn't work very good as.
No, like that's why it's a very weird aesthetic decision to like have. It's even weirder to me than like the Disney live action stuff because like you have the CGI animal, but then real people next to it,
right?
So you see the full contrast. Yeah.
It doesn't look quite right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get you. We're talking about 6 Minutes to Midnight before. Have you seen that one, Jackson?
I have not. Yeah, it's from 2020, right?
Yes, that's the one we're looking at.
I haven't seen that one.
Well, Lisa's seen it's boring, so maybe not.
I thought they've seen it. Maybe Jackson. And Jackson's always bringing up movies I never hear of.
Right. He's got a very diverse range in film.
Oh, thank you.
Whenever I watch you or Josh, I'm just like, right, well, here's another 100 movies I've never heard of.
I do my best.
Movies, I'm like, what? I never heard of any of these.
Oh, of the 2022, that one. Yeah, I did. At least one of those I did not watch legally, but I had to be resourceful about that one. But I had heard great things. But yeah, some of them. Yeah, no, I sometimes I like stuff that flies under the radar for sure.
I mean, I think they might have been like more like foreign films. A
couple of them were.
We just don't,
Yeah, I mean, like the one I was talking about. It's a Hong Kong movie called Limbo, and I don't think it's even been given a like. So basically, it got a film festival release in Hong Kong, and then also at the Berlin Film Festival a couple years ago. But then it was just like released randomly in Hong Kong, but it hasn't been given a release at all, even on streaming in the West, I don't think.
Wow.
So I just talked to some of my resourceful friends, and I was like, "Is there any way I can watch this? Because I really want to see it." And they were like, "Yeah, sure. Here's a link." But
Well, if the thing is, if it's not got a physical release, it's hard, and especially when you really want to watch that movie.
Yeah, like I really try to watch everything legally where I can support the film.
Yeah.
But if there's literally no other way for me to watch it, I'm like, I want to see it though, So
yeah, man, same here. I'm like always at the cinema, or I'll try see if it's on Amazon or Netflix, the subscription I've got.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when it's like absolutely nowhere, you're right. You're like, well, I really want to watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like recently for me because I've been covering like the Land Before Time movies with Anthony Perez on his channel.
Yeah, we talked about that on the first time I was ever on Z Talks with you. Yeah.
Well, we've finished 7 movies now. Got another 7 to go.
Jeez.
Okay.
And like none of them are pretty much like available like anywhere.
Sure.
I have a DVD of one of them that I can maybe send you, but it's probably like in really bad condition because this was from when I was like a little kid.
It's probably the first ever one as well.
No, we have some of the sequels because I think I was talking about this. I remember there was one called Invasion of the Tiny Sauruses that I used to watch a couple of times as a kid, and I want to say that's like number 9 or 11 or something like that. I don't know, but I mean I could send it to you, but it's bad condition. I'm sure.
Well, if it's American as well, I haven't got a multi-region player.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it is American, so yeah. I know.
I mean, worst case, I'd have a signed copy of Land Before Time in my collection.
Collection.
I don't know. Hey, man. No, I haven't got to that one yet. I've never heard the title, so that's definitely got to be down the line, I guess.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yep.
I'm on to number 8 next. I don't know what that one is, but
I might look it up because I'm just curious.
Well, this is crazy, man, that there's 14 of those movies.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that's more like exploitation than the Friday the 13th movies.
Mm. Right.
I think there's only like 11 or 12 Friday the 13th movies.
Right.
Number 8 is The Big Freeze. I don't remember if I've seen that one.
Big Freeze. Oh,
okay. Invasion of the Tiny Sauruses is number 11 though, so you guys got a bit before you get there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, when I get to that one with Anthony, I'm going to reference you in the review.
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome. We've got 2 actions in. Still got the wife's mate dog here. He says hello in dog speak.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you really don't like this guy, I don't think. Lisa says Jesse James is my favorite Cher song.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look. Our mom fan says the Late Show with James Corden is finishing this week. Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not really bothered by that personally, but it's one of those.
It's one year.
I'm not huge on James Corden, to be honest. Yeah.
No. Same. So obviously you guys being in America, do you guys know what's happening with that show? Are they disbanded? Is there going to be a new host or?
I haven't heard.
My parents were watching a thing about it recently because it was on the show that we have in the US called CBS Sunday Morning.
Okay.
They did a piece on that, but I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought the logical thing would be like a new guest, like a new host, I guess, but
I would think so. They would have another host probably lined up, but sometimes it takes a little while for them to get started because they have to come in and redo everything, the sets, and plan everything. So I don't know when that's going to be, but late night talk shows are so terrible right now. I think I don't know if anybody watches, to be honest.
Not really.
Not since I feel like the Jay Leno, David Letterman, Conan Bryan days were so good.
I did used to like some of the political ones like Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, but back when he did the when he was playing a character, like Colbert Report, I liked that, but not so much his new show.
No, I agree. The shows now are just haven't been that good to me.
Yeah,
but I grew up with like I said, Jay Leno, David Letterman was like my 2 favorites.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
no, they're great. David Letterman is still doing stuff today. Like he has like a podcast or something, right? Or
He had something that he would do every once in a while on Netflix, I thought, but I don't know if he's still doing that.
Is he still rocking that amazing white beard? It's
I just saw this thing on Disney Plus had a thing on YouTube. And David Letterman went to Ireland, wherever and U2 was playing like they came out with like a new record where they took some of their older songs and like redid them.
Okay.
And so there's a documentary on Disney Plus, and David Letterman travels to Ireland, and and he has that. He just looks like a crazy old man. It's just
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's enjoying himself. It always, every time I see him, it looks like he's just having a good time.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying his time away from everything.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Same with John Carpenter. Like I always see like what he's doing now, and he's always like playing video games, smoking weed, and making music. That's all he does now.
Who's that?
The director of like Halloween, The Thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he made his last movie was like 2010. So he hasn't really been in the movie scene much anymore. But he's
anymore. Maybe that's somebody else I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, he's got to be in his 80s or something.
Okay, so he's
gotta be.
Gotta
be. I think he's done like help with like some executive producing work, maybe a bit music soundtracks with Studio 666 and stuff. But
and he did the scores for all the new Halloween movies, and especially the 2018 one is really good.
I like that one.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Well, just enjoying his time. Don't blame him.
Yeah.
We got Ryan saying, I just read an R-rated animated series of Christopher Robin in the works. The series follows Christopher Robin navigating his quarter-life crisis with his animals, who live beyond a drug-induced portal outside his derelict apartment complex. What? What?
Going the blood and honey route, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like now that it's in the public domain, they're gonna do everything with it.
I guess you can do anything.
Well, I think this Blood and Honey's getting a sequel as well, from what I heard.
Oh man, really? Oh no.
Yeah. And as you guys said, if it's in public domain, I mean, they can go crazy with it, really.
I guess.
Yep. I mean, like, I'm not too bothered about it. I didn't go see Blood and Honey. Maybe I'll catch it when it's on streaming, but yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, Jackson, don't waste your time.
It doesn't look good.
I'm just trying to. It's one of those where you think, right, Winnie the Pooh horror movie. This is going to be stupid. It's just going to go kind of balls to the wall in its premise. It goes for like a super serious route instead, and like forgets about all that kind of like it being like stupid and not taking itself seriously fun movie.
Yeah, and it's a lot of those movies too are like, I mean, I've watched, I don't know, like whenever people talk about like the next bad horror movie or whatever, something like do you remember the Bye Bye Man? Like that does have its fun moments towards the end, but it's just so boring for a lot of it. It's just stretches of like walking around a house and there's noises every once in a while, but that's it.
Right.
They can't keep it engaging.
I remember seeing Bye Bye Man in the cinema. Yeah, I've still got my ticket somewhere in my phone. I'm gonna, because I used to have a couple of videos on my channel where I'd do like my year in cinema and be like, cinema tickets from like 2006, 2007, whatever. I'm gonna have to like go through the box, sort them in years, and maybe just do like one massive live stream to show every ticket that I've got.
That'd be fun. Instead
of just separate videos, I think just get it over and done with. Yeah, I've seen some stinkers. So that'll be fun. I'm not kidding. Hold on. So I've got this box here, right?
It's got all the stubs in there.
This box is full of stubs. It's like it goes deep.
Oh, there's the Cineworld one. I remember that because we have Cineworld. We had Cineworld in Dublin. Yeah.
Right. So for example, this is how deep the box is. You guys might not be able to see that at the best. I'm going to put my hand in. I'm going to choose a random ticket. Let's have a look. Right, so it's a Cineworld one. This is from 5th of June, 2017. And it's a Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So as I say, I've got all sorts in that box, honestly.
As soon as you said 2017, I was like, it's going to be the Bye Bye Man.
Imagine if I picked that out randomly.
That would be amazing.
That would have been amazing. Well, same, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. I think I'm going to get that in the works. We'll see.
Sequel to Bye Bye Man. See You Later, Man.
I didn't expect that one.
I love when you need
water.
Like back when True Action had the lasagna comment about
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke.
Man,
crazy.
That lasagna, I was gone. I was like, no, someone has to take over the stream. Or just Rashad when he was going on about Denise Richards as well.
Yeah, that was great.
Put a bag overhead kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just smiles too much.
Was it that? Wait, was that the one where he was complaining about her in Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Saying about her smiling too much. Yeah. Poor woman can't smile.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I was like, okay.
We've got a question from Winslow. He says, top 3 directors.
Ooh, that's hard.
All time?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he means all time or just like current time as such. I guess we'll go currently.
Currently?
Oh, currently. Okay. I was gonna say all mine that came to mind were all time, but
right. That's easier.
Yeah, I would say for all time probably John Carpenter, Brian De Palma, and Stanley Kubrick for me.
Nice. I might be wrong. Did Brian De Palma do Casualties of War?
Yeah, and that's actually one of the movies of his I haven't seen yet, but I really want to.
Jackson, great movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. But yeah, some of my favorites of his. So last night I went to this event called Wildcard Wednesday at my favorite theater, and I'm a member at the theater, and members can choose to pick the movie for this. It's a night where people can go in for free, but you don't know what the movie is. So I picked Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise. It's a musical he did in the mid 70s. And it's kind of a mix of Phantom of the Opera and Faust and kind of similar to Rocky Horror. It's a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed that one.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's great. I would highly recommend checking that out. And then Blowout's probably my favorite of his. Carrie is fantastic. Carlito's Way is a really good gangster movie. Yeah, he's made a lot of great ones.
He's got a very impressive filmography when I looked it up not long ago.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm really surprised you haven't seen Casualties of War, though. Really
I know, yeah. It's I've seen 9 or 10 of his movies, and that's enough. And I enough of them are all-time favorites for me to be oh yeah, he's one of my favorite directors. But I need to get to some of his other stuff. Okay,
yeah. Well, all I'll say, man, because I don't want to spoil it for you, is probably one of Michael J. Fox's best performances you'll see from him in as a soldier. And the movie is quite brutal in some of the themes it is.
I definitely like war movies to be that way, for sure. It seems like an anti-war movie, which I like. So,
I'll get you. Well, good choices, man. Good choices. Jason?
All time, I go with Steven Spielberg, Frank Capra, and probably William Wyler have been my 3 favorites all time.
Wait, Billy Wilder? Is it the same guy or
William Wyler?
Oh, Wyler. Okay, never mind.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he directed movies back in the 30s, 40s period.
Okay.
Currently, it's hard. I have a hard time thinking of somebody that's very consistent. I like the director who directed The Batman. I think is actually one of the best directors today.
Oh, Matt Reeves?
Matt Reeves, yes.
That's good.
Yeah, because I love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a really good movie. And even if I didn't like a movie, I still thought it was directed pretty well. So I'm always kind of interested. Anytime he makes a movie, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested. I still like Taika Waititi, even though Thor: Love and Thunder was terrible. I like some of his other movies, like Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok, What We Do in the Shadows. He's got a really quirky sense to him that I like.
Have you seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
Yeah,
That's a fun one too. I like that one.
yeah, he has such a interesting style. I don't know how to say it. He's definitely got a comedic style to him because he usually writes and directs his movies. That's kind of where he's good at, and so he's a good writer, and I think he's a good director. Even though, like I said, Love and Thunder, Thor, Love and Thunder didn't work, unfortunately. So I'm kind of scared now what he's gonna do next. 'Cause I'm like, gosh, I hope he doesn't make another bad one because I was enjoying what he was doing.
The trailer for his new movie Next Goal Wins came out like yesterday. I haven't watched it, but I've heard people say it looks good. So
okay,
okay,
yeah, but he still intrigues me as a director. I think today, but yeah, after that, it's kind of hard for me to pick out. James Gunn's been doing pretty good stuff lately, so I'm kind of intrigued by what it. Because I liked what's it called?
The Suicide Squad.
Yes, I like Suicide Squad. I thought that was really fun, and his Guardians of the Galaxy movies have been really good. So we see if he makes if the next one's another hit. I mean, I'd say James Gunn has been on a pretty good run so far, as of late. But yeah, I kind of like Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's a bit of a hit or miss director for me, but when he hits, I kind of enjoy his style.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he's great. Yeah, I'm trying to. I was trying to think of. I was on Letterboxd. I was trying to think of some of my favorite current ones too. I'll say David Fincher would be one. Yeah, Zodiac, Seven, Gone Girl. Those are all like all timers for me. Let's see. I really love the Safdie brothers, Uncut Gems and Good Time. I think they're going to be really exciting. Yeah. And then maybe either Wes Anderson or I actually really love the French filmmaker Julia Ducournau as well. She did Raw and Titan. I know, Mike, you weren't huge on Titan.
Oh, right. No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No,
I like her a lot, though.
Get you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Titan was like very kind of like stylized shot. You know, I like appreciate the filmmaking of it. I just wasn't a fan of the movie.
Yeah, totally. No worries. Yeah.
I get you. That's a cool choice, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's tough because I think like favorite directors currently, like Jason, you mentioned a couple that's been like kind of like just consistent, like good movies, like good like entertaining movies as well. As you mentioned with yours though, Jackson, like David Fincher's had like solid, just like movies going to kind of withhold.
Yeah, he's had a few duds, I think, but like mostly he's been pretty consistent since the mid '90s. So.
Yeah, his movies are kind of dark for me, I would say, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they're dark. I love Seven though. That's a great movie.
Yeah. Another really underrated one is The Game. It is a really it's a thriller. I don't know if you guys have seen it with Michael Douglas.
Right. I haven't seen it. I remember.
Yeah. I think it's a really dark comedy. It's kind of like if A Christmas Carol was and I'm talking like dark comedy. But it's real. It works as a thriller as well. I don't want to spoil too much of it.
Who directed The Social Network?
Oh, that was Fincher also. Yeah.
Okay,
and that's a good movie. Yep.
I like The Social Network.
Yeah,
I like The Social Network. Very quickly, we just got Pete saying, "Hey guys, so, hey Pete, hope you're well." And also Jackson, Lisa says Raw and Titan was amazing.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what she does next. Like she's got a really strong voice. So
yeah. And Winslow saying Phantom of the Paradise is a great one of De Palma's best. Casualties of War is a tough watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree about Phantom of the Paradise too. That's probably like top 2 or 3 De Palma for me, honestly. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, didn't he do Scarface maybe? Or...
Yep, Scarface, The Untouchables are kind of some of his bigger movies as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sounds like he had a lot of home runs as well.
yeah, for sure.
Marvel fan saying, I heard the Late Late Show James Gunn's will be replaced with a game show.
Really?
Okay. Drew Action says, I've been to London and Camden's lovely, hectic but feels really captivating of culture. Yeah. I could say I agree. In terms of PTA is probably my all-time fave, top 3, Mike Lee and Hirokazu Korida, if I got that right.
I think it's Koreeda, but I don't know.
Koreeda.
Yeah.
Never heard of them, to be honest. Department's also a favourite of mine, but hard to choose. Yeah, I get you.
No, I love PTA also. I really want to get into Mike Lee's stuff because it looks cool. And then Koreeda, I know he did the movie Broker, which came out last year, I think, with Song Kang-ho from Korea. Yeah. I don't remember what else he's done though.
So I haven't seen that one, but I missed it at the cinema.
Same.
It was good because I really wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Well,
is Mike Lee, is that an older director or am I?
Relatively older? I think it's like maybe 80s and 90s, but I'd have to double check.
I'm trying to think who that is, Mike Lee.
He directed Naked. What else?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, hey.
Yeah, no worries.
So good, yeah. If you can pull up his filmography, man, go for it. I've never really heard of him.
Yeah, no, I figured you were just gonna move on, so I actually clicked away from it, but
It's okay.
No worries.
It's okay. I've got Lisa just adding in that she loves the game.
It's an underrated one. I think it can be hit or miss for people. The ending is very perplexing. The ending can like make or break the movie for people, but I really love it. I think it's really funny.
And when did that movie come out?
It was right after he did
90s.
Sevens. So I want to say like 1997, 98. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere
I just never heard of it, that's all. So I didn't know if it... I mean, when you said Michael Douglas, I was thinking it must have been a while ago, but...
Don't remember it being a big hit, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if it was. I mean, it was right in the middle of Michael Douglas having a big run, like with like Wall Street and
right.
Basic Instinct as well came out around that time. So,
okay, yeah. I remember him having a big run. Yeah, and then he was like, I don't know if it came out around the same time, but like Fatal Attraction.
Yep, I think it did.
Then was it Falling Down?
Falling Down, yeah.
I
want to say that might be a little earlier. I'm not sure though, but yeah.
I remember him having like a really big hot streak, and then like nowadays he's in like Ant-Man, and that's about it. Yeah, you don't really see a lot of him nowadays, to be honest. Is he still married to Catherine Zeta-Jones? Is that?
I think
right?
so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which celebrity is married to who is like something I don't keep up with on a regular basis, but yeah.
I get you.
I don't know for sure.
Secrets and Lies, that's another one. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't know saying about Mike Lee. I must check out director. Yeah, man, I'll have a look at his filmography. Yeah, I've never heard of him before now.
He does a lot of like I think he does a lot of improv with his actors. Like they'll have a script for the movie kind of, but like certain scenes won't be scripted because he just wants to get natural reactions out of them. Like he's very like experimental in that way.
Well, that's good. That's good though. At least it makes the film more realistic.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of movies I like that, like the Before trilogy, like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Before Midnight. Those movies have a lot of improv in them, and the dialogue is just so like compelling to follow for the whole thing.
That's a trilogy I'm dying to watch. I've never seen them.
I know when you guys did your trilogy video, I was a little bit sad that it hadn't been mentioned because it's probably my favorite, to be honest. But it's awesome.
I've honestly, every person that's ever seen a trilogy has said it's great.
So good. All three of them. I mean, the first two are to like hit you a little bit harder, I think, but the third one's great too.
I'm excited to see them, man, but I'm trying not to build up the hype too much.
Yeah.
All right, you but we'll check them out. We've got Winslow's saying, Corey Ida. Sorry, I think I've got that right now. Apologies, Winslow. Did still walk and nobody knows Shoplifters and Brokers is most recent.
Yeah, Shoplifters I've heard of. Yep.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Brokers. Sorry, that's about it. But Lisa Jackson's heard a couple of others. And Lisa says, I was working on Blockbuster when the game came out.
Oh, nice.
I'm old. Why not, Lisa? Don't be daft.
Miss Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Me too. But I think that's going to be wrapping up the stream because I was only going till 8:30 tonight anyway. So I want to thank Norin, who was here earlier, Jason, and of course Jackson as well. So thank you guys for joining me. The link to Jason, Jackson, and Nora's channel will be in the description box down below after the stream, so go sub to them. Very quickly before we go, Jackson, what are you working on at the moment over on your channel?
Yeah, so I filmed a review for How to Blow Up a Pipeline, which I raved a little bit about on my Instagram, but spoiler alert, I really liked the movie. And then other than that, I've got a John Carpenter ranking coming up because I finished all 18 of his theatrically released movies, so I'm going to talk about them. And then I might be doing my first live stream soon. Somebody gave me the idea of just to sort of go through my small but, decent sized physical media collection. So
get you. Oh man, that would be awesome if you do your first live stream. That'd be cool.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Don't know when it is going to be yet, but yeah.
Hey, it's awesome, man. Just like even a couple of people that I've had on like Z Talks and Hangout and that before. I've never done like a live stream, and Elliot from IMO did a live stream not long ago, first time.
Yeah, Josh did his first couple recently. Yeah,
yourself maybe one as well. That's cool, man. No, it's awesome to see. So yes, please go subscribe to Jackson at Horsetooth Cinema. As I said, the link will be down below in the description box. And Jason, what you got coming up?
So yesterday I did the Beatles ranking, 44 through 41. So I'm still working on that. I'm still working on top 100 favorite albums. I'm in my top 25 now on that list. I finished my Pixar ranking list, so I'm done with that. So now I'm just kind of finishing those two lists and I want to do a what I've been watching. I've been thinking of doing one of those live streams. I was thinking about doing it today, so we'll see if I'll...
Oh, cool. Like in the last month or like what kind of time frame?
Yeah, something like that. Last month or so.
I'll be tuning into that if you do it. So
okay.
Yeah. Same here, Jason. So you got 2 viewers already.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. We'll go over and check out Jason's channel, maybe live later on today. If not, both guys are on Z Talks on Sunday. Z Talks at 11:50 a.m. UK time starting Sunday till maybe 11 o'clock at night. I really don't know what time on Sunday. It's going to be a late one. You can see both guys there. I'm premiering the Terrible Movie Collab Season 2 on Monday coming. I've got Blacktastic joining me for Sharkenstein on Monday.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then the Monday afterwards, I've got Jason joining me for Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
The Room.
So,
woo! Love that movie.
Yeah, it's bad. It's funny. That's all I'll say.
it's so like inept that for me it does reach a level of being like genuinely good. Just because like it makes me like reconsider like what a good movie is. Like
right. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking, wow, this movie's so bad. I was a bit harsh on this movie the other day, actually. What was that about? So I agree, you were getting mad. So yeah, just have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me live after the fact. I got Winslow saying great stream. Well, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. And I've got Lisa saying cheers, guys. So thank you for tuning in, Lisa, and we'll see you on Sunday as well. And yeah, until next time, we will see you later. So see you, everyone.